All right, so picture this you out on the streets, calling the shots, connecting with people, and serving up something delicious. It's the life of a hawker, right? But how do you even get started? We're going to dive into this stack of resources here, a career guide, an interview guide, and even some info on how RoleCatcher's AI can help you stand out.
It is fascinating how hawking seems so simple,
Yeah.
but there's a real depth to it. This career guide really paints a picture of a hawker as not just a salesperson, but also like a local celebrity, a community fixture.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. But let's tackle the interview first, because that's the first hurdle, right? The guy starts with this question: how did you first become interested in becoming a hawker? It seems simple, but I bet there's more to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely. A generic answer like, I love food isn't going to cut it. Think about what truly sparked your interest. Was it a specific hawker you admired, a bustling market that captivated you, or maybe a family recipe? This is your chance to show the interviewer like your genuine passion. You know, tell your story.
So it's about connecting on a personal level, showcasing your origin story as a hawker, even if you haven't officially started yet.
Exactly. And remember, RoleCatcher can help you refine those answers. It's like having a coach who analyzes your responses and helps you tailor them to highlight your strengths.
Okay, so let's say you've nailed that first question and they hit you with, what experience do you have selling food in a fast-paced environment? This one's got to be a bit intimidating, especially if you're just starting out.
It can be. Don't panic. Think about any time you've had to work quickly, handle multiple tasks at once, and interact with customers. Maybe you worked in a busy restaurant, volunteered at a community event, or even just helped out at a big family gathering.
So even if you haven't been a hawker before, you can still showcase transferable skills, right?
Absolutely. The
Ah.
key is to draw parallels between your past experiences and the demands of hawking. Highlight your ability to multitask, communicate effectively, and, work under pressure.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can really come in handy. It analyzes the specific job description and suggests how to best tailor your responses to match the employer's needs.
Exactly. For example, if the job description emphasizes customer service skills, RoleCatcher can help you highlight instances where you excelled in that area. It's like having a personalized guide helping you present yourself in the best possible light.
Okay, I'm seeing how valuable that is. Let's get to a question that's particularly relevant to food. How do you ensure that your food is always fresh and of high quality?
This is where you showcase your commitment to food safety and quality. Detail your sourcing practices, like maybe you prioritize local farmers markets or have relationships with specific suppliers. Highlight those meticulous food handling techniques and emphasize your adherence to health and safety regulations.
It's about painting a picture of someone who's meticulous and takes pride in their product. What if the interviewer asks something like, how do you handle customer complaints or difficult customers? I imagine staying cool under pressure is key in a busy hawker environment.
Absolutely. The interviewer wants to see that you can remain professional and resolve conflicts effectively. Share a brief anecdote about a time you successfully handled a difficult customer. Focus on active listening, problem solving, and finding solutions that benefit both you and the customer.
So it's about turning a negative situation into a positive one, showcasing those conflict resolution skills. The career guide also emphasizes the importance of understanding your customer's needs. How does that play out in an interview setting?
Well, a question like, how do you keep up with current food trends and incorporate them into your menu is a perfect opportunity to showcase this. Talk about how you stay informed. Maybe you follow food blogs, attend food festivals, or experiment with new recipes. Demonstrate your passion for food and, your willingness to adapt to evolving tastes.
So it's about showing you're not just a cook, but also a bit of a trendsetter, always seeking ways to improve and innovate.
Exactly, and this is where RoleCatcher can be incredibly helpful. Let's say you're applying for a hawker position in a specific neighborhood known for its health-conscious residents. RoleCatcher can analyze this information and suggest you highlight your experience with vegetarian or vegan cuisine.
So it's like having a personal assistant who knows exactly what each employer is looking for. Pretty impressive.
It really is, and remember, practice makes perfect. RoleCatcher's AI-powered interview practice tool can provide you with feedback on your responses, helping you refine your delivery and boost your confidence.
That's fantastic. It's like having a mock interview with a virtual expert who can pinpoint areas for improvement. Okay, now let's get into some questions about the business side of hawking. The interview guide mentions this one. How do you manage your time when preparing and selling food? Multitasking seems like a must-have skill here.
It definitely is. You're essentially juggling multiple roles, chef, salesperson, inventory manager, all while working in a fast-paced environment. Highlight your organizational skills, your ability to prioritize tasks effectively, and your knack for, staying calm under pressure.
So if someone asks about time management, we're talking systems routines, maybe even tech tools to streamline the workflow.
Absolutely. If you use a specific time blocking technique or a task management app, mention it. Demonstrate your understanding of efficiency and your commitment to providing a smooth customer experience.
Okay, so efficiency is key, but what about safety? How do you ensure that your food is safe and meets health and safety standards? That's got to be a top priority for any hawker.
Absolutely. This isn't a question to gloss over. Showcase your in-depth knowledge of food safety principles. Mention specific practices like using separate cutting boards, sanitizing surfaces, and maintaining proper food temperatures.
And don't forget to highlight any relevant certifications or training you have.
Right. That demonstrates your commitment to staying up to date on best practices and shows the interviewer that you take food safety seriously.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the customer experience. The interview guide has this gem. How do you engage with customers and create a positive experience? It seems like being a hawker is about more than just handing over food. It's about creating a connection.
Exactly. Share specific examples of how you interact with customers. Do you greet them with a smile? Offer samples? Provide personalized recommendations? Think about what makes your customer interactions unique and memorable.
So it's about going beyond the transactional and creating a genuine connection. RoleCatcher can actually help you tailor your answers here too.
Absolutely. Let's say you're applying for a position in a bustling night market. RoleCatcher might suggest you highlight your energetic personality and your ability to connect with a diverse crowd. It's all about understanding the specific context and adapting your approach accordingly.
This is incredibly helpful, especially if you're applying for a variety of hawker positions. It ensures you're highlighting the most relevant skills and experience for each opportunity.
Exactly. RoleCatcher is like having a personalized coach who helps you navigate the intricacies of each interview. Welcome back. We just dove deep into some common hawker interview questions, but acing the interview is about more than just having the right answers, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. It's the whole package, confidence presentation, and that spark of passion, for hawking. I'm getting a little nervous just thinking about it.
It's totally understandable to feel some pre-interview jitters. But remember, preparation is your best friend here. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel, and that's where RoleCatcher's interview practice feature, especially with that AI feedback, can be a game changer.
You're bringing that up again, and I'm starting to see why it's like having a mock interview where a virtual coach points out what you're doing well and what needs a little polish.
Yeah. Precisely. You can record your answers to common questions, see how your body language comes across, and get tips on how to improve your delivery. It takes the guesswork out of interview prep.
So it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Confidence, eye contact, even posture. It all plays a role.
You nailed it. And remember, while you want to present yourself professionally, you also want to be authentic, Let your personality shine through. After all, hawking is all about connecting with people, right?
Absolutely. Speaking presentation, what's the dress code for a hawker interview? I'm picturing something a little more practical than a suit and tie.
You're on the right track. It's all about finding that balance between professionalism and practicality. Think clean, comfortable clothing that's appropriate for the setting. You'll want to be able to move around with ease and maybe even showcase a bit of your personal style.
Okay, so no need to dust off the old corporate attire. What about things like personal hygiene? I'm guessing those details matter even more when you're dealing directly with customers and handling food.
Absolutely. First impressions are crucial. Make sure your hands are clean, your hair is neat, and your breath is fresh. You want to present yourself as someone who's both professional and mindful of hygiene, especially when food is involved.
It makes perfect sense. Now, let's say you've prepped your answers, practiced your delivery, and you're feeling confident about your appearance. Any other advice for making a great first impression?
Be enthusiastic, Let the interviewer see your passion for hawking. A genuine smile and a positive attitude can go a long way.
It's about letting that inner hawker shine. Now, the career guide mentions asking thoughtful questions at the end of the interview. What kind of questions should candidates have up their sleeves?
Asking questions shows you're engaged and genuinely interested in the role. Prepare a few questions beforehand based on your research. For example, you could ask about the company's training program, their expectations for growth, or even their thoughts on current food trends in the area.
So it's about showing initiative and demonstrating that you've done your homework.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask about the challenges of the role. This shows that you're realistic and prepared to put in the work.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. Acing a hawker interview isn't just about knowing the answers. It's about showcasing your personality, your passion, and your preparedness.
You got it. And remember, RoleCatcher can be your secret weapon throughout this entire process. We've talked about the interview practice feature, but there's so much
Oh,
more.
boy, I'm all ears.
Well, let's say you're struggling to articulate your experience in a way that resonates with potential employers. RoleCatcher's CV Resume Builder can help you identify keywords, highlight transferable skills, and tailor your presentation to match specific job descriptions.
It's like having a professional resume writer at your fingertips.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed by the sheer number of job applications, RoleCatcher can help you streamline the
How
process.
so?
With its AI-powered tailoring features, you can customize your applications, ensuring you're presenting the most relevant information for each opportunity.
So instead of sending out generic applications, you're creating targeted, impactful submissions that are more likely to grab the attention of recruiters.
Exactly. RoleCatcher empowers you to take control of your job search and maximize your chances of success.
Okay, I have to say I'm starting to see how RoleCatcher can really level up a candidate's game.
It's a game changer for sure. Now, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far.
We've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about the importance of preparation, the power of practice, and the value of presenting yourself authentically. We've also seen how RoleCatcher's AI can be a valuable tool for navigating the job search process, from crafting a standout resume to acing the interview.
We've also touched on the entrepreneurial mindset needed for hawking. It's not just about selling a product, it's about building a brand, connecting with your community, and creating a unique customer experience.
And that brings us to the final part of our deep dive, where we'll explore what happens after you land that gig. We'll talk about building a sustainable business, marketing your products, and nurturing those all-important customer relationships.
We'll also discuss the importance of networking, finding mentors, and embracing the challenges and rewards of the hawker lifestyle. So stay tuned for the exciting conclusion of our hawker journey.
Okay, we prepped for the interview, we visualized ourselves rocking those questions. But what happens next? Let's say you land the gig, you're officially a hawker. What then?
Congratulations, that's huge. But
Sure.
like the career guide points out, this is where the real journey begins. You're not just selling a product, you're building a business. And that requires a whole new set of skills and strategies.
Okay, so let's unpack that. The guide mentions that hawkers sell everything from food and drinks to clothing and household items. How do you even choose the right product or service?
It's all about finding that sweet spot, something you're passionate about, but that also meets a need in your community. Think about what you enjoy doing, what skills you have, and what products or services are in demand, in your area.
So it's about combining passion with practicality. The guide also mentions the importance of market research. How can aspiring hawkers do their homework, before setting up shop?
Yeah, spend time observing your target market, visit local markets, talk to potential customers, see what's selling well, and identify, any gaps or opportunities. The more you understand your market, the better equipped you'll be to offer something unique and desirable.
That makes sense. Now, once you have a product or service, how do you determine the right price? I imagine that's a balancing act between covering your costs, making a profit, and staying competitive.
It definitely is. The career guide actually dives into different pricing strategies. You've got cost plus pricing, where you factor in your expenses and add a markup. Then there's value-based pricing, which focuses on the perceived value of your product or service to the customer.
Okay, so you're not just crunching numbers. You're also considering how your customers perceive the value of what you're offering.
Exactly. And don't forget about the art of negotiation, which is a big part of hawker culture. Be prepared to haggle with both your suppliers and your customers to find that sweet spot where everyone feels like they're getting a fair deal.
That sounds like it requires a mix of confidence, charm, and quick thinking.
It definitely does.
Oh.
All right, so you've got your product, your pricing, your negotiation skills honed. How do you get the word out about your amazing hawker business?
That's a great question. Marketing seems crucial, especially in a competitive market.
You're absolutely right. In this digital age, social media is a powerful tool for any entrepreneur, including hawkers. Use platforms like Instagram and Facebook to showcase your products, share your story, and connect with potential customers.
So it's about creating a buzz online. What about offline marketing strategies?
Word of mouth is still incredibly powerful. Provide exceptional customer service, create a memorable experience, and encourage people to spread the word. Don't underestimate the visual appeal of your stall or cart.
Ooh, that's a good point. It's about creating an inviting and eye-catching display.
Exactly. Think about bright colors, attractive signage, and an enticing presentation of your products. Maybe even some music or decorations to create a festive atmosphere.
It's all about standing out from the crowd and attracting attention. Now let's talk about those all-important customer relationships. The Career Guide emphasizes the importance of building rapport, providing excellent customer service, and going the extra mile. What are some tips for fostering those strong connections?
Remember, people's names learn their preferences, offer personalized recommendations, and always greet them with a smile. It's about making people feel valued and appreciated.
It's those little touches that make a big difference. And RoleCatcher can actually help with relationship management too, right?
Absolutely. The network feature allows you to import, organize, and optimize your contacts. You can stay in touch with your customers, track interactions, and even personalize your communications.
It's like having a CRM system specifically designed for hawkers.
Exactly. It helps you nurture those connections and build a loyal customer base. The guide also suggests connecting with other hawkers and industry professionals. Why is that important?
I imagine it's about building a support network, learning from others, and finding mentors who can guide you on your entrepreneurial journey.
You're exactly right. Attend local markets, trade shows, and industry events to network and build relationships. Don't be afraid to reach out to experienced hawkers and ask questions. A mentor can provide invaluable insights and encouragement, especially when you're facing challenges.
So it's about learning from the best and building a community of support. As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm feeling a mix of excitement and a little bit of apprehension, for all those aspiring hawkers out there.
It's understandable to feel both starting a business, especially one as unique as hawking, is a big step. But remember, you've got this. We've equipped you with the knowledge, the tools, and the inspiration to succeed.
Armed with the information from this deep dive, the power of RoleCatcher's AI, and a whole lot of passion and hustle, you can turn your hawker dream into a reality.
Now go out there and make your mark on the world, one delicious dish or amazing product at a time.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of hawking. We hope you've enjoyed the journey and feel empowered to take the next step towards your entrepreneurial adventure. Until next time on the deep dive, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep chasing those dreams.